Good evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV, Baba Bagede Imo TV. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the world news. We are not behind crisis in Ikire town. OPC chieftain in Oshun. 40 #EndSARS protesters still in jail. Amnesty International. Nigerian police arrest 4 protesters at Lekki Tollgate celebrating 2 years anniversary. We are coming back on October 30th, gunmen writes Niger community. Nigerian soldier boasts about how he will kill Biafrans and Boko Haram. On to foreign story, British Prime Minister Liz Truss resigns. And on sports, under 23 AFCON qualifier, Salisu unveils 18-man squad for Tanzania clash. Second sports story this evening, 6 goals in 4 games, forgotten Super Eagles forward rolls back. Now the news in detail. Antagonists of the Odua People's Congress OPC in Ikire or Osun State have been warned to desist from spreading unfounded lies against members of the group. They were also reminded that the OPC would not involve itself in acts capable of disrupting peace in the town. The Osun State coordinator of the OPC, Adedeji Aladeshawe, gave this warning against the backdrop of the rumors making the rounds that the OPC members were involved in the killing of a notorious gang leader, Ojo, that had been terrorizing the Ikire town for the past 6 years. Alade also disassociated the organization from the prolonged crisis that has engulfed the town in recent years. Giving account of the crisis that led to the murder of the kingpin, the OPC chieftain disclosed that the murder of Ojo was purely a result of a reprisal attack between members of the 2 dreaded secret cult that had been making life unbearable for the people of Ikire. He also insisted that Ojo's murder had nothing to do with members of OPC. Sumbo was a former member of the OPC in Ikire but was dismissed from the group about 6 years ago as a result of his notorious activities. He was a leader of a cult and had since become a thorn in the flesh of the police by terrorizing the people. Atobatele was allegedly murdered after 20 days ago at Orita Mary in Ikire by suspected members of the rival court led by Ojo. Sumbo's family, according to my findings, reported the case to the police. Both at the area command and commander and Osun State Commissioner of Police were aware of the incident, even as 3 persons had been arrested in connection with Sumbo's murder. 1 Wale had been arrested on this crisis. So it was this rivalry disposition that eventually led to the murder of Ojo by members of the late Sumbo Atobatele's group. The Osun OPC chieftain warned persons spreading lies that it was the OPC under the leadership of Are Gani Adams that killed Ojo to desist from spreading unfounded lies and stories, adding that it was capable of jeopardizing the ongoing investigation by the Osun State Police Command. Moving to the next story as regards #EndSARS. In commemoration of the 2nd year anniversary of the #EndSARS protest, Amnesty International has revealed that no fewer than 40 protesters during the unrest are still languishing in jail. In a statement yesterday, Amnesty International said panels set up across the country to investigate police impunity have failed to deliver justice to hundreds of victims of police brutality. It remained and maintained that the vast majority of #EndSARS protesters arrested in October 2020 are still being arbitrarily detained without trial. According to the statement signed by the organization media manager, Issa Senusi, quoted the director of Amnesty International Nigeria, Osai Ojigo, as saying the fact that nobody has been brought to justice over the torture and killings of #EndSARS protesters is a stain on Nigeria's human rights records. Meanwhile, human rights violations by the police continue unabated. Moving to the next story from the world news. As regards the commemoration of EndSARS in Lagos, 4 protesters were detained by members of the Lagos State Police Command on Thursday at the Lekki Tollgate in Lagos. The young people had gathered at the Lekki Tollgate to commemorate the 2nd national #EndSARS protest memorial. Youth from all around the nation protested on the streets in October 2020 to call for an end to extrajudicial killings by the defunct elite anti-robbery squad and police abuse. The toll gate was the epicenter of the protest. Youth who gathered day and night at the toll gate were dispersed from the location by gun-wielding soldiers on October 20, 2020, an action which led to the loss of lives. Meanwhile, the security operatives also assaulted journalists covering the events. One of the protesters who spoke to Sahara reporters said the police have arrested 4 people despite the fact that everything is being done peacefully here. They are using tear gas and hot water to disperse peaceful protesters. Journalists were also assaulted, he concluded. And to the next story coming from Niger State. Gunmen have allegedly dispatched a letter to Gulu, Lapay local government area of Niger State of another attack slated for 30th October 2022. This is coming barely 48 hours after they invaded the Gulu General Hospital in the area, resulting in the death of 2 persons and the abduction of several others, including medical personnel of the health facility. An impeccable source from the area revealed that the letter alleged to have been written by the bandit was dropped at Volegbo near the area that was attacked on Monday night. The source called on the Emirates chairman of the council, representative at state and national levels, and security agencies to provide adequate security as a matter of urgency. Daily Post learned that following this development, residents of the area, out of fear for their lives, have deserted their homes. Effort to get the reaction of the State Police Command failed as a public relations officer, PRO, DSP Wasiu Abiodun, could not be reached at the time of filing this report. From that story, we go to the next story as regards a Nigerian soldier. A video of a Nigerian soldier boasting about how he will kill Biafrans in the southeast and Boko Haram terrorists has attracted condemnations online. The video, which was seen by Sahara reporters on Thursday, shows a Nigerian soldier assembling a new AK-47 rifle and bragging that Biafrans and Boko Haram will see hell. Some Southeasterners, including the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, and its members, have been agitating for the separate Republic of Biafra. Meanwhile, the soldier could be heard saying, "Biafra, I swear, Biafra, you go," so says his voice, to conclude the viral video. Going to the foreign story. The new Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Liz Truss, has resigned, saying she can no longer deliver the mandate on which she was elected by the Conservative Party. Truss barely lasted for 2 months on the seat. She had defeated Rishi Sunak by 81,326 votes to 60,399 in the internal contest after Boris Johnson's resignation in July. The lawmaker was a Conservative fourth head of the British government since 2015, who promised to unleash the country's potential by going for growth and doing away with the obstacles holding the country back. Truss announced her resignation today while addressing journalists, saying she came into office at a time marked with political and international instability. "I recognize, though, given the situation, I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected by the Conservative Party. I have therefore spoken to His Majesty, the King, to notify him that I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party." She said she would remain as Prime Minister until the successor has been chosen, which is expected to be completed within the next week. Before we call it wrap on the world news this hour from BGI TV, the next story is a sports. Olympic Eagles head coach Salisu Yusuf has unveiled an 18-man squad for the team's Under-23 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Tanzania. Yusuf named a number of unknown foreign-based players in the squad. Former Flying Eagles striker Success Makonjola, Promise David, who plays for Sirens FC of Malta and FC Vizela of Portugal's Adeyemo Emmanuel, are some of the foreign-based stars who make the cut. The players and the officials will travel to Dar es Salaam for the first leg today. And to the concluding part of the story is a second sports story. The coach of the senior national team of Nigeria, Jose Peseiro, said he is still leaving the door open for players who have been a part of the team before his appointment but are yet to be called up since he took charge. Peseiro made this known when he was asked about the fate of some players who haven't been a part of the team in the 6 games he has coached the team so far. He pointed out their form at club level has a big role to play in hiding them in a chance. I know the players who were here before I came, and they will get their chance if they continue to do well in their respective teams. That is the way to get into my team because I want competition in all positions, Pesero said before the 1-2 loss against Algeria in a friendly game. That ends the world news from BGI TV. Before we go, some major headlines. We brought to you from Osun State. We are not behind the crisis rocking Ikire in Osun, OPC chieftain claims. 40 #EndSARS protesters still in jail. Amnesty International. Nigerian police arrest 4 protesters at Lekki toll gate. And lastly, on sports. On the 23 AFCON qualifier, Salisu unveils 18-man squad for Tanzania clash. For more updates on YouTube, our handle is Babagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For advert placement of your goods and services, coverage of events and function, please dial the phone number streaming on the screen for advert placement only. Thank you for watching. I am Maurire Rebila Lawal. Good evening.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV, you're one in a million.